Hallo Leute, willkommen zur Folge von Doki Doki Blue Skies Mod. Letzte Folge haben wir mit den zwei Girls, also jetzt in Theorie in einem Café, in einer Bäckerei gegessen, warte, das war's. Ich hab's erst gestern aufgenommen, ich habe jetzt schon keine Erinnerung mehr fast gehabt. Und wir haben dann noch in einer anderen Sektion haben wir mit Monika, Theorie und Theorie noch Mittagessen zusammen genossen und wir hatten nichts dabei, also hatten wir ein paar interessante und witzige Interaktionen miteinander, aber auf jeden Fall, wenn wer dazu wissen will, schaut natürlich die letzte Folge an. Klicks. So ein Blindsatz. Wie ihr seht, bin ich noch ein bisschen müde. Ich bin nämlich jetzt schon seit 2 Stunden 2 auf, aber es ist halt 7:32 Uhr. Eigentlich müsste es seit 2,5 Stunden eigentlich auf dann. Ah ja. Dann habe ich halt als erstes drum gekümmert, ein bisschen mein Genshin zu machen und alles so. Dann habe ich hier ein bisschen mich um meine Dateien gekümmert, alte rausgeschmissen, die ich nicht mehr brauche, weg von der Festplatte. Und noch ein paar Timestamps gemacht für Folgen, damit das auf dem aktuellsten Stand ist. Und ja, jetzt sitzen wir hier und es wird jetzt wahrscheinlich fett aufgenommen, bis ich wahrscheinlich meine Fahrstunden haben dann. Aber ja, das ist ein anderes Ding. Auf jeden Fall, ich würde sagen, wir labern nicht so viel rum, wie ich gerade wieder mache. Und lesen ganz viel Text jetzt demnächst. Also, brrr. I'm really starting to feel the chill of the nippy November air. If this isn't any indication, it looks like winter is going to be pretty bad this year. Blowing my hands, I started journey to school, although I stop once I see familiar wet bow on the sidewalk. Theorie, ne? Aber ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, sie jetzt gut, okay. Das war das letzte Teil. So. Hey, Kazuma! Morning, Theorie. Man, it's cold, isn't it? She shivers slightly, no surprise given her uniform. Much like mine, isn't really built for warmth. Ah, it really is. My hands are the worst. I'm also forgetting my gloves. Ah. Forgetting, or have you just lost them again? Same thing, really. Anyway, how have you been recently? Yeah, pretty good, thanks. How about you? Yeah, I've been okay. This year feels like it's going by so quickly, doesn't it? Tell me about it. Since joining the literature club, it all feels like a blur. Yeah, really settled in well, haven't you? I'm so glad that you managed to make friends with everyone so soon. Especially Yui. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, I'm just teasing. It really looks like you two are getting along, huh? Yeah, we are. She's just really fun to talk to, always shrouded in mystery, so I never really know what to expect. But it's not a bad thing, you know. I was kinda surprised to see her open up to you so much. I always thought she would just keep to herself. Yeah, I guess. I'm not complaining though, I'm just glad that I've managed to get her out of her shell, you know. I didn't think I have anything to talk about when we first met, but I'm glad to have been proven wrong. She's really smart and elegant, isn't she? Yeah, for sure. I never met anyone like her before. I was kinda scared she'd be really judgmental, cause, well, we both know I'm no poet, but nor do I have an extensive taste in reading. But as I got to know her more and more, I felt like we actually have a lot more in common than I realized. She's really opened my eyes into a whole new world of literature, and I'm really grateful for that. Zoe is quiet for a moment. Although, truthfully, I don't really notice. My brain is still preoccupied thinking about all of the time I spent with Yui. Kazuma? Uh-huh. You're staying off into space. Oh, sorry, was just thinking about stuff. She looks down for a moment. What kind of stuff do you guys talk about? I never seen you so lost in thought, so I'm guessing it was pretty deep. Would you believe me if I said books? The Awakening, to give an example. I don't think I've heard of it. What's it about? Oh god, that's a question. Well, the main themes are about society, constraints, loneliness, expectations, that kind of thing. I didn't realize how lonely he was. Discussing the book with and drawing upon the parallels between his themes and her life really made me notice. Although, in a strange way, it made me enjoy our time together. I felt like she finally had a proper friend she could talk to about her hobbies and walk around around town. I get the feeling she doesn't really get to discuss her literary interest in much detail, which is really sad. But seeing how happy and excited she was, it really put a smile on my own face. It's just like you, Kazuma. Always looking out for others. I remember you were like that with me when we were kids. I remember those days as well. They feel like such a long time ago, don't they? They really do. Our conversation is cut short by school looming inside. After bidding each other goodbye, we both make our ways to our respective classes. About half an hour has passed since the start of the lesson. After explaining the task, Sakurai left us to our own devices while he sits at the front marking some papers. It's amazing how much more engaging a material is when you actually have an interest in it. I can't exactly am a history buff, but spending time with Yui, especially when I talk about themes, has made me appreciate what the world was like during the previous century. It's easy for us to see now, but back then, no one realized Germany was a breeding ground for hatred. Everything going alright, Kazuma? All good on my answer. You were right. This century really is interesting. Of course. Although it's rather unfortunate how I'm limited with how much depth I can go in, given that this is just high school mystery. Anyway, I wanted to ask you how you're feeling for your upcoming exams. Really confident, actually. I've been doing a lot of reading, so I reckon I'll do pretty well with the essay subjects. Well, in that case, I expect your history marks to be a true reflection of how amazing your teacher is. Sorry, teacher, Yumo. Anyway, that's encouraging to hear. How about the science and mathematics? Well, not my strong suit, but a few study sessions with Yuri, and I'm hoping she can consolidate my knowledge. Study sessions. You're adopting a very conventional approach to ensure you're a well-rounded student. That's nothing to do with you wanting to spend more time with Yuri, I assume. Just teasing. But for what it's worth, take it from me, you definitely killed two birds with one stone. He winks and chuckles to himself. A warm flush courses through my cheeks as I watch him as he approaches the next student. Well, he strikes me as the kind of guy who's been in my situation before. With the sound of bell ringing in my ears, I pack up my things and head for the literature club. After waving hello to the girls, I take a seat. Soon after, Monica kickstarts the session. Okay, everyone. As you're already aware, exams are coming up, so over the next few weeks, I think it would be best if we put these sessions on hold. I know no one really wants to, but unfortunately I'll be too busy to run them, unless someone else wants to run these sessions in my place. There's a general murmur of conversation. It wouldn't really feel the same without you, to be honest. Agreed. I could do with more time to focus on math and stuff anyway. As much as I enjoy these sessions, they don't really help out with that. How about you, Siri? Natsuki? Yeah, it's a shame, but I understand. Fine by me. We need to have a Christmas party here, though. Like we did with Halloween. We can definitely plan that after our exams are over. For now, though, let's chaperone, shall we? That was a good session to end on it now, for guys. Okay, wir skippen das auf komplett, okay. See you all soon. Oh, and sorry, you wanted to talk? With that, I head for the door with you in tow. Ironically enough, I found myself thinking of Sarah this time as I walk home with Yui. What does she think about when she walks home? When she walks home? I kind of feel guilty walking home with Yui instead of Sarah. But Sarah stayed behind to talk with Monica after the club meeting ended, so... A part of me is kind of glad that I get to talk to Yui alone, though. Kazuma? Oh, I'm sorry, I sort of spaced out for a bit. It's fine, you must be feeling stressed from all that exam preparation. Yeah, totally. Anyway, I was just saying. I'm glad that we end up planning this study session together. My help helps you feel less stressed after the day. That is to say, if you need any help at all. I'm not trying to assume anything about your capabilities or anything. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure I will need your help. How have you been though? With any new books? I actually did start I actually did start on one fairly recently. The Stranger by Albert Camus. Huh, is it any good? It is, at least in my opinion. Simply put, it's about a man who feels like, well, stranger in society. He's overwhelmingly indifferent to life, and as a result freely discards social norms. I don't know if you're familiar with Camus, but he wrote a lot of on the absurd. What, like ridiculous things? More like absurdity in a philosophical sense. Well, he doesn't explicitly speak it on The Stranger, but the novel is heavily entrenched in themes of absurdity, and is shown through the seeming innate irrationality of humanity through the plot's events. Funnily enough, the main character only finds happiness after realizing that there's no inherent meaning to life. Not that I actually find it funny or anything. She's always overthinking her words. It's cute when she gets flustered, but it also makes me worry for her. Well, I'll do what I can to distract her from her nerves. So the absurdity comes from the lack of purpose in the universe then? Not quite. Rather, it comes from the contradiction between the simultaneous need and inability to find that purpose. Dang, kind of a depressing subject matter, don't you think? I suppose so, but aimlessly, Cam still thought that we should search for a meaning to life anyway. Hey, wanna continue the conversation inside? With that, Yui looks up to see that we reached my house. Ah, I didn't realize that we all arrived already. I don't doubt that, after all, our conversation been pretty interesting. We make our way up to the front door as I rummage through my bag for my keys. Right, there they are. The lock smoothly turns with a sharp click, and with that we're in. Okay. I toss my bag onto the couch while Yui places hers gently on the floor. As I stretch, a yawn breaks across my face. Tired already? She sits down on the couch and smiles at me with a gentle chuckle. Honestly, I'm always tired when I get home from school. I can only take so much schooling before I collapse and die. I suppose I need a defibrillator ready when I start studying. Hope he knows that, yeah. I find myself slouching on the couch as we pull out our revision materials. So many notes to look over. We don't want to start. Hey, speaking of death. You know how we're speaking about absurdism before? Isn't all that kind of similar to accentualism or nihilism? Yes, although I say that absurdist part lies somewhere in between those two. For instance, accentualists say that you can't find a meaning to life. Nihilists would say that you can, and absurdists would assert that you can to some extent. Oh, okay. So, what would you say your meaning to life is? Oh, so you're finally asking this question. To be honest, I'm not too sure. I don't think I have read enough to form any solid conclusions. Really? You haven't read enough? It's not that hard to believe, is it? There's so many books out there that I want to read, but I may never get to. Maybe you could say that for now, my purpose is to learn to embrace the absurd. Because then, I might be able to learn how to get all of my self-doubts and baggage. I think that those feelings you have are pretty relatable. There are a lot of things which you might care about that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Learning to let go of these psychological barriers is something that can probably generate a lot of meaning, I think. So in my opinion, that's a great meaning to derive. No matter what meaning you try to make out in this world though, I'll try to support you along the way. Thank you. It's difficult to put into words, but I truly appreciate all your continual encouragement. I'll probably have to do a lot more introspection throughout my life. But it's reassuring to know that it's a good use of my time. Entschuldigt. Hui. Jetzt geht's los. I hope that someday I'll be able to grow stronger. I definitely think you have it in you to do that. Maybe. Slightly embarrassed, Yui shuffles the papers around as if to create a distraction. On the topic of good uses of time, we should probably get to studying. Oh man, guess it can't be helped. We spread out our textbook and notes on the coffee table to begin deciding where to start. But as we get ready, I notice a small smile breaking through Yuri's attempt at a series of face. Okay. Ah, shoot. The pen that I've been spinning twirls out of my grasp and clatters across the table. Yuri jumps a bit, startled by the sudden noise. She must have been concentrating hard on her poem sets. It's no wonder that she's a better student than me, with how incredibly focused she can get. Well, it's not like I set the bar high or anything, but she's really diligent. She's virtually immune to distractions and boredom. Like me, my mind probably wanders 80% of the time. It's been a while since we started, hasn't it? Looks like Yuri's picked up on how bored I am. Yeah, we actually got a lot done. Thanks for all your help with math and physics, by the way. Oh, you're welcome. Helping you solidified everything on mind anyway, so... you don't give yourself enough credit. You're a real lifesaver. Thank you. I know that sometimes I have time articulating my thoughts on certain topics, so just let me know if you need me to explain something again. Well, I think I got the gist of everything for now. My stomach gurgles before I can continue talking about schoolwork. On another note, how does dinner sound? Oh, I wouldn't want to impose. Come on, I'm gonna be cooking for myself anyway. What's one more mouth to feed? Well, if you're absolutely sure. Of course I am. Actually, do you want the extras to take home too? I want to make it up to your parents for keeping you away for so long. Oh, they won't need it. You need to go to that far to be a gracious host. Alright then, if you're sure. You're gonna sell a little more, or do you want to help make sure I don't burn the house down in the kitchen? I'd love to help, but... She bites her lip, her cheeks pink. Would it be alright if I were to do... Would it be alright if I were to do a couple of stretches in the living while you cooked? I apologize if this is inappropriate. Oh, you mean something like yoga? A little, although I never specifically done yoga before. It feels a little bit embarrassing. It's embarrassing? As I try to manage you doing yoga, my cheeks begin to heat up. Okay, yeah, I can see why you would think that about yoga. Anyway, there are just some simple stretches to help relieve some of my back and neck pain. I have terrible posture, and sitting there for extended periods of time with my back hunched over tends to make my muscles incredibly tense. Posture, huh? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Feel free to do your exercise in the living room, dann. Ich sehe, dass die den Witz vom Original übernommen haben, dass Yuri Rückenschmerzen hat, aber nicht wegen der Haltung, also natürlich auch wahrscheinlich teils deswegen, aber wegen so zwei Sachen, die so oben hängen. Aber ja. Also warum sag ich das einfach so kompliziert? Wegen der Oberweite eben. Interessant. Ich brauche... Hui, Müdigkeit erwischt mich gerade. So, feel free to do the exercise in the living room then. She smiles gratefully at me. It shouldn't take too long. I part of my dinner options and head into the kitchen. Kann es sein, dass wir vielleicht einfach jetzt Essen machen und wir gehen dann rein, geben ihnen das Essen, aber gerade wenn wir reinkommen, sehen wir sie dann in einer interessanten Pose. Oder I guess für den Hauptcharakter wahrscheinlich reizende Pose, ich weiß nicht, oder was auch immer. Oder kommt es vielleicht auf Dings, die etwas mehr schwierigen Tätigkeiten, wo Yuri nachgeht. Das frage ich mich eben. Upon my dinner, ne, warte, das habe ich gelesen. I do still have some frozen dumplings left. But I don't really want to make them seem like they're the only things I ever eat. As much as I love them, a man's gotta have his limits. So, what's another dish that could somehow impress Yuri? Rice is always an option, but I don't know. But I don't know if I have anything to make side dishes with. I quickly wash the rice and pop it into the rice cooker while I think. If I still have some pre-made curry works left in the box, then bingo! I have enough ingredients for it, so curry it is. Good thing I went grocery shopping. Mine wonders as I dice the chicken and season it. This kind of reminds me of when Yuri cooked for me when I was sick. Talking to Mom about the house almost getting set on fire was not fun to say the least. I'm just glad she understood that they were taking care of me and that mistakes happen. Speaking of, I better get the stove going. After a while, I've got all the vegetables and chicken going in this pot. All it needs now is chicken stock, seasoning, and the curry works, and it'll be done. I wonder how Yuri's doing. Hold on, I should focus on making the food first. No need to pull a theory. Die arme theory. The sweet and slightly spicy smell of curry has completely permeated the kitchen by now. It's just like when I was a kid. Back then, it'd be Dad standing here, making the curry. We'd all sit around the table for dinner, talking about our days and the days ahead. I miss those times. But I just need to focus on living in the here and now. All that stuff is in the past. Otherwise, that wouldn't make anyone happy. I'm just gonna check on you before I continue down this train of thought. Hey Yuri, you doing okay? A sharp and hateful teeth sounds from the living room. Oh, did that startle her? Whoops. Yeah. Her voice seems a bit strange as she answers back. I didn't accidentally mess up her stretching, did I? Ich hab leider ein ganz böses Gefühl dabei. I'll be there in a moment. It's okay. Feel free to take as much time as you need. I'll just be here. A few minutes later, I have the curry ladled into two dishes alongside fluffy white rice. As Avonn Yuri finally enters the kitchen, we're sniffing the air appreciably. Apologies for taking so long, customer. Nah, it's fine. I've made curry before, so I've got this. It looks great though. I haven't had Japanese curry in a while. Well, feel free to take it in then. She smiles as she settles down into the meal. Eating together with you feels almost like an intimate exercise. She carefully savors each bite as she were a food critic, imprinting the dish to her memory. So, how's the food? Bring all the critiques. I'm strong enough to handle them. Your curry turned out quite well. Although, I believe you could have used some more salt and maybe a bit more heat. Ah, you're into spicier dishes, eh? Well, when it comes to curry, I suppose so. My mother did always prefer spicier foods, and that ended up influencing my own tastes. I'll keep that in mind next time I cook dinner for you. My own parents liked sweeter curries, probably because I don't have much of a spice tolerance to begin with. There's no time like the present to begin building up that tolerance. You got me there. Anyway, if you're finished, I can take care of the dishes. Oh no, you're the one who treated me, so I should wash them. I can't allow myself to be such a bother. Hey, it's seriously no bother at all. But, alright, if you're not backing down, how about a compromise? I can wash dishes and you can dry them. That works. We gather up all the dishes and pots and dump them in the sink. It doesn't take long for us to settle in the comfortable rhythm of washing and drying the dishes. However, my attention drifts more and more towards you as time passes on. At one point, I'm looking over in her direction more than I am at the dishes themselves. Well, she probably called me out on it if my washing gets too sloppy. She's got that deep look of concentration on her face again. It's pretty amazing how she can get lost in doing things, from studying and reading to even doing the dishes. That's... sorry. There's something I really seriously admire about her. She has the unwavering ability to completely devote herself to her tasks at hand. Somehow, I could never see her giving anything up halfway through or leaving her work unfinished. Honestly speaking, it's a quality that a lot more people need. Kazuma? What's up? You've been washing your hands for almost a minute now. Wait, what? I look down and see that I've been literally scrubbing my hands with the sponge. Oh, sorry. I was just... Were you lost in thought? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Sorry. No need to apologize. You know how often it happens to me after all. I'm surprised you were that preoccupied with your daydreams, though. What were you thinking about, if you don't mind my asking? Well, I'm more surprised that you isn't commenting about my staring at her, but it's good to know that I'm more stealthy than I thought. Either that or she's grown a lot more used to me at this point. I was just thinking about how nice this day has been. Ah, yes, it's been lovely studying with you today. It's always nice being with you. Now I find it difficult to talk to you, and it always makes me feel comfortable being myself. Yeah, same here. We stare at each other for a moment, our blushing faces breaking into smiles. Kazuma? May I use your restroom? She shuffles away for a bit, clearly keen to wash her way to the bathroom. That wasn't what I was expecting her to say, but if she needs to go, then... Of course, you know where it is, right? Thank you. Quick footstep follow her upstairs to the restroom. But I don't know what I was really expecting, but guess I'll head back into the living room. Oh, mir gefällt das nicht. Das wird, ich glaube, in der ganz ungewöhnliche... Entschuldigt. Ganz unwohle Situation entwickeln. Oder so eine Situation, auf welche wir jetzt später zurück schauen und merken, oh Scheiße, da ist was schief gelaufen. It's not too late in the day yet, but it's already dark out. Ist halt November, ne? What's taking Yuri so long? Should I check on her? Shoot, I really hope my curry didn't upset her stomach somehow. I probably should see how she's doing, just in case. Just as I make it to the top, Yuri steps out of the bathroom. Oh, Kazuma. Her breathing seems a bit irregular, and she looks noticeably more disheveled than I remember. She must notice my concerned gaze as she quickly turns away. Is there something on my face? You were just taking a really long time, so I wanted to check if you were okay. I'm fine, but thank you for your concern. Her breathing is still suspiciously uneven. Are you sure? I said I'm fine. I mean... She takes a deep breath. Sorry for snapping at you. I'm just feeling a little out of sorts. No, I should be the one to apologize. I didn't mean to pry. Although I don't even know what I'm prying into. It must be serious though if you're getting this irritable. It's no problem, Kazuma. We're quiet as we make our way back downstairs. I wonder what she's thinking. It's starting to get late now. Yep, I was just about to ask if you wanted to pack up and head out. I probably should. I don't want to keep you up too late on a school night. Don't worry about it. I wish we could just hang out forever, but life has other plans. Light blush tinges Yuri's pale cheeks as she continues putting away her books. Not to mention the bus schedule. Yeah, we can't have you missing that now, can we? There's a soft look in Yuri's eyes as she finally takes her back and moves to stand beside me. I believe I'm ready now. Alright then, let's go. Walking to the nearest bus stop, our pace is fairly unhurried. But that's alright, it's nice, leisurely walking through the night with you by my side. Upon reaching the bus stop, we sit down and look up at oh my god, and look up at the clear sky. Voila, countless stars twinkling down from the endless ocean of the night. The darkness seems all the more deep and unfathomable when compared to the luminous moon. Melancholy smiles grace Yuri's face, her eyes shining in the starlight. Hey, Kazuma, isn't it strange thing of that some of the stars we're seeing could already be dead? We just haven't realized it yet. We may die long before we ever realize it. Humans are ephemeral creatures, aren't they? I talk as though you're not a human yourself. But it seems kind of poetic. Or being able to appreciate remember those stars glow even after they disappear. Even though you might be short-lived in relation to the rest of the universe, I think it's lucky to still be able to experience such beauty. It's a beautiful way of seeing it, Kazuma. You're right, people who die, we should be thankful that we were able to spend time with them at all. From dead stars to dead people, huh? I wonder if Yuri's experienced lost before. Höchstwahrscheinlich. Also es ist schon verdächtig mit den Zahlen über ihre Eltern. Deswegen würde ich mal annehmen, dass die beide tot sind durch irgendeinen Zwischenfall. Ich kann mir noch nicht genau sagen, was es könnte sein. Looking back at her though, it's clear she's once again drifted off into her thoughts. Leaving the bus either seems to distract her. Hey Yuri, the bus is here. Oh, you're right, I hadn't noticed. The bus is pretty empty, although that's to be expected. Most people get off before it reaches the residential areas. Yuri takes the window seat and I'll slide into the seat next to her. Night sky outside is still as dark as ever, but now it's filtered by the fluorescent light reflecting off the window. Yuri yawns, politely covering her mouth as she does too. So, excuse me, I'm just feeling incredibly tired all of a sudden. Yeah, same here. We were pretty productive today, weren't we? Ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, dass Yuri wahrscheinlich Dings einschläft und auf unsere Schulter landet. A few minutes pass by quietly, with the two of us swaying gently along with the bus. While the word passing between us, Yuri starts leaning into me. At this point, my nose is filled with the scent of lavender, mint, and lilac. Although I might not be sure of what the scents exactly are. What I do know is that it smells nice. Besides, it just feels so white. I can't help but feel totally relaxed, the warm fuzziness inside me causing me a perception of time to slow to a glacial pace. Suddenly, Yuri sits back up with a jolt. Sorry, I didn't realize I was dozing off. It's perfectly okay. I can stay awake and keep you an eye out for your stop if you want to close your eyes for a bit. No, I'm fine. She sure doesn't sound fine. You practically can't keep her eyes open anymore. I'm not sleepy at all. Her voice has dropped down into a murmur, and she hesitantly makes an attempt at rubbing the sleep from her eyes. Wake me up if I fall asleep again, okay? Alright, got it. With that, we fall back into a cozy silence. Within a few minutes, Yuri is nodding off again. She feels oddly warm beside me. It's making my heart race. There's a certain tranquility about the vulnerability of her expression when she's sleeping. You must be really tired to completely fall asleep like this. I'd hate to interrupt her well-deserved sleep. After all, she's helped me a lot today and she should get rest. Plus, it feels really nice to have her sleep with her head on my shoulder. But she did ask me to wake her up again. She might just be too bright to want to sleep against me, but then again, she might also want me to suspect her wishes. I'm probably overthinking this. I'll just... Also sie hat gesagt, wir sollen sie wach machen. Also, machen wir sie wach. Oh Gott. Ich glaube, ich muss mich gleich selbst wach machen. Psst, hey, Yuri. Her eyes fly open as she swiftly sits back, leaving behind only a memory of warmth on my side. Sorry about that, and thank you for waking me up. I didn't think that I'd be this drowsy. No problem. Want to talk to keep you from falling asleep again? Sure, that seems like a good idea. So what would you like to speak about? I didn't really think that far. You should spin emu smile before looking out the window again. May I ask you a silly question? Ask away. Do you think that after graduation, we all still remain close? Even if we go to different universities and don't get to spend any time together? Of course, Yuri. Even if our futures take us to different places, I'm not going to let something like this then stop us from being friends. To this, I've put more thought into this ever since I talked to everyone about our futures. But I've decided that no matter what, I still want to stay friends with everyone. And it goes double for Yuri. Yuri gives a gentle smile and scoots an inch closer to me. Sure, sometimes you might be far away from each other, but we got phones and planes and trains and cars. If I didn't have any other way, I'll still take the time to walk to see you. To be honest, that's comforting to hear. Although, you know, we still have less time to spend together once we graduate, right? Well, I like to think that we're good enough friends to not let something silly like graduation get between us. Yes, that's true. Sorry, I just get anxious about these things. Nah, it's probably something that everyone worries about. I don't think anyone wants to lose touch with their friends after graduation. Yuri proceeds to look out the window, lost in thought. Sometimes I think about all the memories we lose as we grow older. For instance, I know that there are some important things my father told me before, but I can never quite recall them. I wonder how much I'll remember of today in 20 years' time. Her voice softens as she speaks, lowering down to husky timbre. I want to say something comforting to her, but don't know the right words. Well, you can always just ask your dad about it again, right? I think as long as you keep in touch with people and don't take anyone for granted, you'll be able to continue making happy memories with everyone. Snow flashes through my mind for a moment as I say this. I suppose so. On another note, I believe my stop is coming up. As the bus nears Yuri's stop, she goes through her bag to check that everything is in place. You didn't forget anything, did you? No, frankly not. Want me to walk you home? No, I wouldn't want you to go that far out of your way. She looks down for a moment, scuffing her shoe against the floor. Thank you. What for? There's hesitation before she answers, but she quickly shoots me a bittersweet smile. For putting up with me, perhaps? I'm sorry, it's just rather a difficult topic for me to discuss. It's nothing against you, of course. Don't worry, I get you. There's no need to do Russian to tell me. You have all the time in the world. Your patience is forever appreciated. No problem. If you ever feel like talking, just let me know and I'll listen. Her expression relaxes as she takes a slow, deep breath. That means a lot to me, Casimir. With a slow wheeze, the bus finally stops to let Yuri off. Well, I have to get going now. Thank you for everything. You don't have to thank me all the time, you know. I'll see you tomorrow, Yuri. Waving one last time, Yuri ducks out of the bus and into this cool night air. Und das war's mit dem Tag. Okay, das war definitiv länger, wenn ich so schaue. Okay, das war 34 Minuten jetzt ungefähr, glaube ich. Oh boy, das war relativ lang, diese Sektion, aber wir haben vieles bekommen. Ich irgendwie mehr Müdigkeit, Alter. So. Okay, wir enden hier also dann. Also ja, dann danke fürs Zuschauen. Wir hatten auf jeden Fall einen schönen Tag mit dir. Wir haben ein bisschen Schule gehabt. Eine relativ schnelle Stunde im Club. Was ironisch ist, angesichts, dass ja der Doki Doki Club geht, aber es geht halt mehr um die Charakter eben halt, mal hier in der Mod. Und haben mit Yuri einen schönen Tag verbracht. Wir haben einerseits gelernt und dann noch Abendessen genossen und noch ein bisschen geredet eben. Und eine Erfahrung gemacht, damit, dass Yuri auf unserer Schulter einschläft. Das ist natürlich auch super süß. Und ja, jetzt sind wir am Ende der Folge und ich würde sagen, wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wir uns dann bei der nächsten Folge von Doki Doki oder irgendeinem anderen Projekt. Und ja, danke fürs Zuschauen einmal und wir sehen uns dann. Tschö!